We're awake, we're alive, got the fire in our eyes. We're the kings, we're the queens, and if this is just a dream, don't wanna wake up. Let this feeling break up. We're running free, running wild, never running out of style. Got the fight, got the stuff, got the never giving up. Not gonna shake us, nothing's gonna break us.
I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Wilson Seahawks going up against Smith's Chiefs. So let's get you out to Kansas City as we say hello to Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Seattle Seahawks and the Kansas City Chiefs. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. On first down, Wilson. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off by Derek Johnson. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Play clock winding down. They come out here in the eye. On the ground, it's the first carry here for Jamal Charles. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And the defense definitely showing blitz here. On second down, Jamal Charles. And the cutback to the sideline. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal.
Really strong, effective run there out of a power set or a heavy set. 3 tight ends in the game, and that's tough for a defensive coordinator. They want to spot that lineup coming into the game early so they can get the proper defensive personnel on the field. That's why the coordinator's relying on some of the assistants to tell him what offensive personnel is hitting the field so he can adjust accordingly. They weren't able to stop him on that run.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain, and it's second down. And they still need 10 yards here to find pay dirt. It's second and goal from the 10. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be a gain of 4, but it'll bring us now to a third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. And now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. They're going to run with Charles. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive.
This is where it gets fun because this is a big decision coming up. Listen to the crowd. You can tell they've already made their decision. You know they want them to go for it. But the big decision does rest with the head coach. What will he decide to do?
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Here's Cairo Santos now for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive for them here on their home turf results in a field goal.
Now that's the way you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, you've got the ball, put points on the board first, and let everyone start to celebrate.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. They go back to the air here after the INT. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. Baldwin coming off his first Pro Bowl appearance. He had career highs, Charles, in catches with 94, over 1,100 yards. That also a career high. Pretty good season for Doug Baldwin.
And I think the place that he really started to take off was midway through 2015. The connection between he and his quarterback, Russell Wilson, where they were playing more from the pocket, bigger plays downfield. That just propelled him into 2016. That and anything he perceives as a slight, he uses it to his advantage, and he just goes out and plays.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. And left side here, it's Graham. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. You know, Charles, for Graham, so much concern early in the season about whether he'd be ready to play this year, what would happen recovering from the tendon. Not only was he ready, he played every game this season for Seattle.
And it wasn't just the injury concern with Jimmy Graham. It's how Seattle runs their offense. Remember, when he was in New Orleans, he could expect a ton of passes to come his way. But in Seattle, that number was going to be reduced. Would he be able to maximize what they were going to throw in his direction? And he certainly did this year, 65 catches.
65 catches, just shy of 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, too. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Going to Rawls on the dump-off. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And this offense often hinges on one of the best tight ends in the league, and that's Jimmy Graham.
I think he made up for lost time when he got to the NFL because in college, he was mainly a basketball player, a defender who couldn't score. Now he's flipped it around in the NFL. Every time he touches the ball, he's a threat to score.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Luke Wilson from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker. Sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
the kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
They'll start the drive with Jamal Charles. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. They come up in an offset eye. To throw on second down is Smith. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
There are certain words that sometimes we overuse, but there's one that's really welcome on a player's resume, and that's the word breakout. And I thought Travis Kelce was one of the breakout stars of 2016 in the NFL. What a season he had with Kansas City.
Over 1,100 yards. Now, to put that into perspective with everybody else that was catching the football for them, the next closest had 593 for the Chiefs. So, breakout year indeed.
And for me, it's how he did it, because he did it in a variety of ways.
Niall Davis off to the races. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Niall Davis, 55 yards. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some... work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Forced out to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
The intended target, Doug Baldwin, and it'll bring up third down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Here we go on 4th with Wilson. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Here's Davis now. And a short gain here, down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Time running out here on the play clock. They'll keep it on the ground, this time with Charles. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple, down to the 19. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll run with Davis. Bulldozes past him. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. And the D looking like they may blitz. A first down carry here for Charles. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. The play clock's running down. Again, it's Charles. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now Davis. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. They come out here in the I. They go again with Davis. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And tough starting field position here. Now Wilson down around his goal line. And Graham's got it. Complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Third and 2. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. So the D-line's going to spread out. Shift together here from the D-line. And the slot man goes in motion left. Second and 10 now, Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's 3rd down. third down. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's John Ryan now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And taken right at the 35. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try and put points on the board.
Now a play fake here on first down. Caught. Kelsey, left side. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. On 1st and 10, Smith. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught. And he's brought down after a good gain. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed.
And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. On the return, the old reliable Devin Hester, the veteran. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about. That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Second down, 8. They come up in an offset eye. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They come out here in the eye. Smith will hand it off here to Charles. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Play clock winding down. Throwing on third down, Smith. A dump off for Charles. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Time running out here on the play clock. Smith keeps it on the sneak. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
It would have been a long field goal attempt, so when you only need a few inches, this, to me, is the right decision. And they wind up picking up the conversion on 4th down.
And they're definitely showing blitz here. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They come out here in the eye. The play clock's running down. On the carry, it's Davis. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run,
Niall Davis off to the races. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Niall Davis, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Not only touchdown number 2 for him, but a big run to boot. However, still trailing.
Still trailing, but not because of his efforts. But he's playing really well, and I love his long speed there, right? Able to get out there and burst all the way to the end zone, and smart enough to keep the ball in his hands and get into the end zone for the touchdown. In 2016, on all levels of football, we're seeing guys drop it before the goal line. What's the rule, Brandon? Run into the goalpost.
That's right.
Before you drop the ball.
That.
There you go.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They go play action here on 1st down. Finding time. He's going to launch this thing way down. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Paul Richardson, 75 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
That's fielded in the end zone. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Fresh set of downs here. Here comes the D swarming to the line. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Play clock winding down. On 1st down, it's Smith. Screen pass to Charles. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. Back to throw, Smith. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it off to Jamal Charles there. And it's 3rd down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. From the gun, here's Smith. Looking for Macklin, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Shedd.
Well, you could just see this one coming, couldn't you? It's an obvious passing situation, 3rd and long. The defense is going to bring in 2 more defensive backs and say, you want to throw? Go ahead. We dare you. And there's just no one open anywhere as they come away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 46 yards. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs. If you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. We're back now in KC. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They begin the drive with Charles. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They come out here in the eye. 10th carry now for Jamal Charles. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. So he runs it for 1 yard, then no gain. I don't know that you go back to that well here on 3rd down.
Yeah, I don't know that you do as well, but if you want to get the ball to him, if you want him to have it, maybe you get him into space and throw it to him.
So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
patrolling the passing lanes.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Going underneath for Charles. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from it.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. And it's incomplete.
But there's no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Smith now to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Man, just couldn't hang on to the slant. Returnable for Lockett. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 2nd down, Wilson. Going to Rawls on the dump off. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And they're going to speed things up here. On second down, here's Wilson. It's caught outright by Graham. Time for a break. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. We're back to see what happens after this. On first down, Procise. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Right back to Procise. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Offense working with a 2nd and goal now from the 3. Here's Procise. So a nice job to break the wall. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On the ground, Rawls. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow. So how many practices have we watched over time where the offense works on scoring late in the game and finding a way to win, as we just saw there?
Just saw it right there. Now can they preserve that advantage that they just got? Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Stays on his feet. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat-and-mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. And that one is incomplete, and it stops the clock at 12 seconds left in the half.
There's no shyness there pushing the ball downfield, but I like the coverage on the play. In good position. And when you have a 50-50 ball, who's going to come down with it? I like the way they made the play, came across, and knocked it away.
They'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's